the Frenchman away, and it turned into a very easy win for him. A knockout of Bobby Watts last month followed, and now Mexican champion Marcos Geraldo, a confident, cagey boxer who says he isn't afraid of Hagler. Marvin feeds on that kind of an attitude. Here's what he had to say.
Well, this is good for me because I love a man when they talk like that. It gives me more meaning of really getting in there and really tearing his head off. You know, it's like where you have to really psych yourself up, build yourself up for a fight, anything like this. This helps me to motivate me quicker than it would be for me just really sitting in the hotel room or something like that, psyching myself up. When a man talks, it makes me really just want to hurry up and drill right into him.
Geraldo's most impressive performance was in a losing cause, going 10 rounds with Sugar Ray Leonard, fighting over the weight in May of 1979.
Well, in that fight, he proved that he's a busy fighter. He really moves those hands, and more importantly, he proved he can take a heck of a punch, because Leonard nailed him 3 or 4 times right on the button, and absolutely nothing happened.
Well, how does Geraldo view this fight? We talked with him earlier. He shows no fear of hard-punching Marvin Hagler. Here's what he had to say about his opponent in this big match today.
Vamos a hacer lo imposible por ganar este pleito.
He's going to do the impossible and try and win this fight so that he can get himself in position to go for the World Championship. And it's a risk that he feels he just must run. He will have to adjust his style depending on how Hagler fights. And if Hagler does a lot of infighting, he will have to do the same thing.
He's confident, he's cocky, Gil, and he shows that in the ring. He looks like he has a great presence in there. What's going to happen?
Well, I think the first 2 rounds are the key. If Geraldo can figure out that southpaw style, we're in for a heck of a fight.
All right, it's number 1 against number 5 coming up here at the Sports Pavilion, Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll be back with the first round of this 10-round middleweight fight in a moment.
Marcos Geraldo.
Well, we are ready for this middleweight action. Both Hagler and Geraldo weighed in at 160 pounds. You're looking at Marcos Geraldo, a record of 43-13 with 24 knockouts according to Ring Magazine. Marvin Hagler is 48-2-2. He avenged both of those defeats. Geraldo, 13 losses. Yes, many of them came early in his career. And as Gil Clancy pointed out, he is on a streak, 10 consecutive victories. They are both 27 years of age. Hagler living in Brockton, Massachusetts. Marcos Geraldo in Mexico City. Here in Nevada, judging is by 3 judges at ringside. They are Art Lurie, Dwayne Ford, and Charles Minker. The referee is Carlos Padilla, who lives here in Las Vegas. The scoring is on the 10-point must system, 9 points or less to the loser of a round. There can be a 10-10 draw. The mandatory 8 count, 3 knockdown rule in Nevada, and the count continues after the bell if a fighter is down, except in the final round. This is an 18-foot ring at the Sports Pavilion, and we're ready to go with first round action. Hagler in the red trunks circling to the left. Geraldo in the white trunks now at the bottom of your screen. Hagler coming off 2 quick knockout victories over Lucif Amani and Bobby Boogaloo Watts since his controversial draw to Vito Antuofermo in this very same ring last November. Gil Clancy, we watched Geraldo on that same card of the Hagler-Hominy fight in Portland, Maine, and he sends Geraldo down to the canvas.
No knockdown, Tim, no knockdown.
Got about a half a punch in as Geraldo pulled back and lost his balance. Started to say Geraldo with a 10-round TKO over Johnny LaCicero at Portland, Maine, and he showed an awful lot of skills and a lot of experience in that fight.
Yes, he did. A very, very relaxed fighter. Made the other fella miss and hit him with everything but the kitchen sink.
Good counterpuncher. Good on his feet. Hagler counterpunching, got a straight right hand. Now he throws that right hand jab.
Hagler's right hand jab, it's about as hard as anybody else's straight right hand. He can really punch with that right hand. That's what he hurt Hamani with to put him away.
I was just going to say that. We saw that in our pre-fight setup. The one that started Hamani right through the ropes. Hagler just missed with a right hook. Gets that right hand in. Quick jab. Hagler, he can really throw him fast.
Not only quick, but it's tough, it's hard. Geraldo looked very, very relaxed in his corner before the fight, maybe too relaxed. He was sitting down while he was introducing him. I don't like that. I like a fighter to go in there when he's really hot and ready to go.
Sugar Ray Leonard said that Geraldo gave him his toughest fight. Leonard's young career. Also said he was the hardest puncher that he had faced. Of course, Sugar Ray was fighting over the weight, up in the middleweight division for that fight. But nonetheless, that's some tribute to Geraldo. Less than a minute to go, round one. Marcos Geraldo, very regal presence in the ring. He's tall. There's a certain look about him that displays confidence. Less than 30 seconds to go, round one. Geraldo, born in Guaymas, province of Sonora, Mexico. Ranked number 5 by the WBA, number 8 by the WBC.
When it comes to fighting rust, there are two times.
Well, Sunday at 2, the CBS Sports Spectacular. Highlights of the Mr. Olympia contest. Also, you'll see action from the World Team Speedway Championships. It'll be a great afternoon on the Sports Spectacular. There's that slip. Saw that HAGLER landed a punch, but it really wasn't enough to send him to the canvas. Geraldo trying to back off the punch, slipped and lost his balance, so no knockdown scored. And we're in round number 2, and I must apologize for the sound of my voice today, still battling a cold, and hope that you'll bear with us through the action, which we expect plenty of. HAGLER and Geraldo, round 2.
Tim, boxing is southpaw, becomes mind over matter. You have to make the southpaw move the way you want him to move. Marcos Geraldo should be moving to his left, and which he's doing right now. That means the other fella has to pick up his foot before he can land those big punches. If he keeps moving this way, we're going to have a 10-round fight. And that's some prediction to make with a punch like HAGLER can get you out of there any time.
Marvin HAGLER, 40 knockouts and 48 victories. Oh, a good sharp left hook from HAGLER.
Good counter from Geraldo. Now HAGLER's trying to move over and get the fellow in front of him. He's trying to make Geraldo move in his direction.
Left hand landed, but Geraldo was backing away, went to the ropes.
Geraldo does that quite often with punches. He takes the sting out of him because he just seems to move back with the punch. Takes that, it cushions the punch.
There's some of that movement and a little of the bravado from Marcos Geraldo. And he's flurrying.
He's fighting HAGLER's fight, toe-to-toe.
Less than a minute to go, round 2. As usual, a good Mexican contingent on hand here in Las Vegas. And of course, they're supporting Marcos Geraldo, the Mexican champion. Marvin HAGLER from Brockton, Massachusetts. Thinks of himself as the uncrowned champion, perhaps with some justification. A right hook landed.
Tim, he cushioned the punch a little bit. He rolled with it. Wasn't as good a punch as it seemed to be.
Less than 30 seconds to go in round 2. HAGLER going to the body, and there's some of that macho from Geraldo.
The macho was he thought that HAGLER hit him low with both those punches. They were both borderline punches. That was a silent protest, Tim.
Final seconds of round number 2.
Super automotive values from Sears. Now get the Sears.
Live middleweight action, round 3 from Las Vegas, Nevada. Bald-headed Marvin HAGLER against Mexican champion Marcos Geraldo. And HAGLER knows already that he's in against a good opponent.
Geraldo seems to set his own pace. He makes up his mind to move for a while, then all of a sudden he'll take a deep breath and make up his mind to fight for a while. He fights when he feels like fighting. Smart fighter, Tim.
Marcos Geraldo, handled by Lupe Sanchez as manager and trainer. Francisco Sanchez, Frank Williams in the corner with him. Goody Petronelli, Pat Petronelli, handled Marvin Hagler. Lou Caporata, their second.
There's that big right hook of Marvin's.
His corner wanted him to hook some more.
Well, that's his most effective punch, Tim. He could knock your head off with that right hook if he catches you with it. He's having trouble figuring Geraldo out. We thought that it'd be the other way around, being that he's a southpaw, but you can see he's actually puzzled in there, Marvin. He's trying different things. Nothing seems to work.
He will switch around occasionally. Do you think we may see that before the fight is out if he doesn't start to get something going
Well,
here?
if he doesn't start to get things his own way, I think he will switch around. I've seen him fight orthodox style, and he's just as effective, maybe even more effective.
Right hand lead just grazed Geraldo. A counterpunch very well.
See that movement to the left, Tim? That takes that right hook right away from him. That's why you have mind over matter. You've got to continue to do that. There he just did it again.
Geraldo with a longer reach, taller than Hagler, and he's been using those two advantages thus far in this third round particularly. Less than a minute to go, round number 3. Scheduled for 10. Two of the top middleweights in the world, live on the CBS Sports Spectacular. Heavyweight action on Sunday, May 25th. Jerry Cooney, his first big network appearance against the veteran Jimmy Young. Should be a great fight. You'll see it here on the Sports Spectacular. Sunday, May 25th.
Hagler landed a flagrantly low blow, but the referee was behind and didn't see it.
He just snapped Geraldo's head back with that right jab.
One thing about being a puncher, the way Hagler is, one big punch can turn this fight or make it go all his way. Let's put it that way. He is the puncher of the two.
Here in the end of round number 3. Hagler unable to put any kind of consistent offense on the tricky Marcos Geraldo.
Nice race, fellas. Works.
Another big day of sports action on CBS tomorrow with a Sports Spectacular at 2 p.m. and then, of course, golf following. So stay with us all day tomorrow here on CBS. We're in the Marvin Hagler corner.
We mentioned earlier, Tim, that Geraldo has a way of leaning back to get the sting out of those punches. They just told Hagler in his corner, get the guy against the ropes. That way he can lean back. Let's see now if Hagler doesn't try to crowd him and move him into the ropes. That was his instructions.
Round number 4, scheduled for 10. There's no question that Hagler has had his problems solving Marcos Geraldo through the first 3 rounds. We've got the fight dead even at this point. I don't think anybody would really argue that. Neither fighter has been able to dominate. Fourth round action. The winner with a title shot against the winner of the Minter Antifermo middleweight championship fight coming up in June next month.
You mentioned earlier that Geraldo has a regal look in the ring. One thing, he doesn't seem to have any respect for Hagler at all. He has confidence in himself, Tim.
Sure does. That was evident in the pre-fight interviews with him. It's his style in the ring, and he's shown it since the fight began. Indeed, I think he's gathered even a little more as the fight has gone on.
Hagler's been landing some low blows, Tim. He just landed another low blow, and they're really low. I'm surprised that the referee hasn't warned him as yet.
Carlos Padilla is the referee. He's from Las Vegas, Nevada, but living here the last couple of years.
He's like a willow, Geraldo. He just seems to lean away from punches, take the effectiveness away from them. Now, he just turned southpaw.
Hagler popping that jab, backing Geraldo up. Domination from Marcos Geraldo. Less than a minute to go, round number 4.
Low blow by Geraldo, and he was one.
Geraldo has had 56 fights. Hagler has had 52. They are veterans each.
Tim, unless Hagler lands a big punch in this fight, he's going to have his hands full right until that final bell. This is going to be a close, tough fight. Has to land a big one. None of those punches landed. And again, he missed.
Coming to the end of round number 4 as Geraldo presenting some great problems for Hagler. Felipe Sanchez talking to Marcos Geraldo in the Mexican champion's corner. He looks fresh, he looks confident, and he is making a most difficult fight for number 1 ranked Marvin Hagler. We are approaching the 5th round.
Tim, there's so much involved in a fight like this. Marvin Hagler's been fighting for 10 years to become champion of the world. He had one fight, it was a draw. He thought he was the champion, he didn't win it. Now he's in the next 18 to 20 minutes. His whole life can be changed if he blows a decision now in this fight with Geraldo. I mean, there's an awful lot of drama, an awful lot of tension here.
Very close fight through 4 rounds. Certainly in the eyes of the 3 judges who do the scoring, it could tilt either way. It could be all even. Marcos Geraldo happy to get this opportunity here against the number 1 ranked fighter, and he's putting some pressure on. Hagler covered up well, however.
Hagler is by far the better puncher. Geraldo is a busy fighter, but he's an arm puncher. He slaps.
24 knockouts and 43 victories for Geraldo, but not of the explosive, decisive variety. Now, finally, Hagler landed a punch that straightened up Geraldo and has got him going backwards, but now he plants and flurries back. Right hand landed there in a pretty good sample. He had a pretty good lick at Hagler, but didn't appear to faze him at all.
No, I'm not impressed with Geraldo's punching power at all, Tim. You mentioned he had 24 knockouts, but it's who you knock out that counts.
That's exactly right. We'd like to alert our stations along the line. We'll be going to a station break at the end of this 5th round. Jim Ryan and Gil Clancy live ringside at the Sports Pavilion, Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. A key middleweight fight.
Higher.
Nice straight right hand by Geraldo. Made Hagler blink. Well, that's 2 warnings this round for low blows. See if he takes a point away at the end of the round.
Under a minute to go, round 5. Jerry Cooney, Jimmy Young, a week from tomorrow here on the CBS Sports Spectacular. Up and coming heavyweight. Everybody's talking about Jerry Cooney. Jimmy Young, they say, has been training hard and the best shape that he's been in a long time. It's an opportunity to put himself back into the heavyweight limelight. Left hand from Hagler, back Geraldo into the Hagler corner. First infighting flurry, we've seen them stand there toe-to-toe so far in the fight. Hagler able to duck under most of Geraldo's blows. Now he comes up from underneath and landed an uppercut. We'll continue live from Las Vegas after this word from your local station.
This is CBS.
We are halfway through this scheduled 10-rounder. Marvin Hagler, the number 1 ranked middleweight. Number 5 ranked Marcos Geraldo on the right of your screen in white. He is the Mexican champion, and he has been impressive and difficult for the number 1 rated Hagler.
Hagler's just switched around. Now Hagler's fighting orthodox style. He changed. He's no longer a southpaw. We predicted that might happen. It's happened, Tim. Let's see if he's more effective this way.
Gil Clancy with Tim Ryan ringside here at
Now he's back being the
Pavilion.
southpaw again.
The crowd came alive with that round-ending flurry in round 5.
Tim, Hagler is switching back and forth now. Twice he switched around, left his southpaw stance. That means that he's being troubled by this guy. He's back at southpaw. We should watch this real close to see how many times, or if he does switch around again.
Geraldo has been picking his spots to go forward. He's been basically counterpunching through the first 5 rounds.
It reminds me of like if a dog chases a cat into a corner, all of a sudden the cat has to fight, and he find out he can fight like heck.
There it is now from Geraldo. He fights in flurries. He did that against La Cicero. Last fight we watched him in action.
Hagler was talking to him, said it didn't hurt, but what it does is score points.
Hagler banging to the body.
Tim, before this fight, we mentioned that Lupe Sanchez, who handles Geraldo, also handles Pepino Cuevas, the champion. And I know that he doesn't put a fighter in the ring unless he thinks he has a chance to win. And this kid certainly does have a chance to win today. Now Hagler's back fighting regular style. He's no longer a southpaw. And Geraldo switched for a second. This is a battle. It's really a strategic battle right now. And I think Geraldo is outthinking him, and Hagler, of course, has got the big punch. Now he's clever again.
2 clever, experienced fighters. It's been a chess match thus far. Less than 30 seconds to go, round 6. Must be frustrating for Hagler not to be able to get that vaunted power and put it together on Geraldo. He's found him very difficult to hit. We're in the final seconds of the 6th round. Neither fighter has been in any trouble so far.
If you're going to take a trip, remember you've got 3 things to fill up. You got to fill your car with your family, and you've got to fill the tank with gas, and you've got to fill your tires with the proper amount of air. Because with the heavy load, tires need more air, or they might heat up and blow out.
Round number 7. Gil, how do you see this so far?
Tim, the fight is up for grabs right now. I have it dead even. And, you know, you may get a big difference in the scoring of the officials. Hagler's the aggressor. Geraldo's the tactician. Some judges like guys that walk forward all the time. Other guys like fellas that make clever moves and counterpunch. So you have 2 different styles. Take your pick.
Geraldo's been counterpunching primarily and fighting in flurries. Has he scored enough points to impress the judges? The 10-point must system here in Nevada. 3 judges will do the scoring. The referee is not involved. Big day tomorrow on CBS. The Sports Spectacular at 2 o'clock. Then at 4 o'clock, the Colonial National Invitation Golf Tournament. Bruce Litsky, the current leader.
Hagler has switched around again and got nailed with a counterpunch.
He got nailed with that right hand.
Geraldo's like saying that'll teach you.
Geraldo just showing disdain for the power punching of Hagler. Several times he has stood flat-footed there, inviting Hagler to go at him and just waiting to counterpunch.
He's able to maneuver Hagler right now anywhere he wants him, Tim. That's why he's been so effective. Hagler's going to have to either catch him coming in, or he's going to have to hit him with that big right hook leaping in, because Geraldo right now is doing a tattoo job on him.
Good round for Marcos Geraldo. Hagler still coming forward, but just unable to get 2 or 3 punches in a row that do any damage.
And he's trying everything. He's just switched around again. Looks like a confused fighter, Tim. Geraldo didn't fall for that trap. Hagler went against the ropes as if they, okay, let's fight, let's throw some punches. All Geraldo did was walk away.
Hagler with a couple of consecutive jabs, snapping Geraldo's head back. Less than a minute to go, round 7. Another good jab. But he pays for it. Geraldo counter-punching well again. Right hand once again, and it looked like they bumped heads on that exchange.
No touch, okay? Watch your head.
Hagler's the guy with the bald head. You know, they can really bust you up with those bald heads, and he's the guy that rubbed his head.
That hurt. Under 30 seconds to go round 7.
Good combination by Geraldo. Beautiful, underneath and over, Tim.
Watching Geraldo, you begin to think if he had power, he'd be awesome.
Right, he's just an arm puncher, Tim, but he's landing.
Final seconds of the 7th round. Marvin Hagler rated number 1, Geraldo number 5, and Hagler finishing strongly.
If keeping up with your car is getting you down, fight back.
CBS Sports.
Gill, in a close fight, round-ending flurries, I think, sometimes tend to influence judges. Hagler finished this last round very well. Here it is again.
Only the last 20 seconds, Tim. For the first 2 minutes, it was all Geraldo. But they do remember those last flurries. So I would have to say that Hagler would get the round on the judges' scorecards.
This is round number 8 coming up. Marcos Geraldo doing a superb job against the number 1 ranked middleweight, Marvin Hagler from Brockton, Massachusetts. Hagler perhaps looking ahead for the second title shot. Got his hands full here today against Geraldo.
Tim, in Geraldo's corner, he looked a little tired. When you get tired, that's when you're going to have to stand and fight.
He's doing
this may
that
turn
now.
into a brawl now. All the tactics may go out the window, and now it's going to be who outfights who, and the fight's on the line. So let's see who can outfight who.
Hagler is really determined in this round, putting continual pressure now on Geraldo. Geraldo continues to counterpunch effectively.
There's always a moment of truth in a fight, Tim. It's just about now it's going to take place.
8th round scheduled for 10.
Yeah, Geraldo's a little tired.
Hagler missing rather badly. They're showing a little frustration.
Geraldo's lost a little steam, though, Tim. He didn't take advantage of it. He didn't counter punch.
That's right. Hagler a little busier than Geraldo this round. Good left to the cheekbone of Geraldo.
There's that moment of truth we were talking about, Tim. Have to settle down and fight.
Not much sting in Geraldo's punches in this 8th round. He does appear arm weary. Hagler landed that left hand. Perhaps the best punch of the fight for Hagler, that left. A minute to go in round 8. Marvin very determined now, and Geraldo definitely in more of a retreat. Hagler going to the body, coming up top, throwing a lot of leather in this 8th round. Under 30 seconds to go. Right hand landed. Jabbing well now. Marvin Hagler. Been a good round for him. We're in the final seconds of the 8th.
Hi.
Yes?
I'd like a weed eater brand trimmer.
Now, how about a lawn womper?
No.
All right, this is round number 9. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy live at ringside at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. And certainly, if there is to be a turning point in the fight, as you pointed out during that 8th round, that was the time for Hagler, who finally really started to put something together against Geraldo, who appears to be tiring.
For Geraldo to get back in the fight now, Tim, there's no more of this tactic business. Now he's going to have to fight around. He's going to have to take it back from Hagler. If he can't do it this round, the 10th round will be just academic.
We still have it very close on our card, but Hagler just seems to have taken a lot out of Geraldo in that 8th round. So this is certainly the key round for the Mexican champion, and Hagler continues to press.
Yeah, he's getting 3 shots now because even when he misses, Geraldo doesn't count it. He's tired. It's got to be the other way around for Geraldo to win. He's going to have to start taking chances.
Bien parado y rápido. Ahí es. Vivo con los volados. Vivo con los volados. Tira. Tírale, Banco. Vivo con los volados.
Hagler jabbing effectively. He has the last couple of rounds. A little loss of confidence in the eyes of Geraldo, it would appear to me.
Hagler's jab is harder than Geraldo's right hand.
More boxing action a week from tomorrow on the Sports Spectacular Heavyweight. Exciting young Jerry Cooney against the veteran Jimmy Young. First big test for Cooney. Geraldo pulled away from most of the impact, and now Geraldo flurrying. He's got to know he's got to get busy here. Less than a minute to go in the 9th round. Right uppercut landed to the jaw. Hagler scores with a combination. And Geraldo waves him in, saying it didn't hurt me, but he's landing now. And continually. Under 30 to go in round 9.
And that right jab has been a big punch for Hagler.
Approaching the end of the 9th round, Marvin Hagler assuming command in this fight.
Smooth on the extra hard shine of Turtle Extra Carb.
A close look at Marcos Geraldo. On our cards, we've given Hagler the last 3 rounds. He looks like a very tired fighter at this stage, Gil.
Yeah, but Hagler was tired at the end of the last round too, Tim. I mean, they're 2 tired fighters. I think Geraldo's a little more tired.
Well, the big thing is here is that Geraldo, who doesn't have great power when he's fresh, would not, I don't think, have the kind of power that could take Hagler out, and it looks like he's got to do that.
That's right. They told Geraldo in his corner, you know, my great understanding of Spanish, they told him to get off first. Get off first.
All right,
Let's see if he does it.
Your understanding of Spanish is superior to mine, Gil. That's not saying a lot, mind you.
Well, he's trying.
He's trying. He will try. Oh, he was wobbled by Hagler, but got his balance back. It looks like we'll have a slugfest here in this final round.
Well, he came out trying, but then he got nailed. There's a foul. He grabbed the rope and used it for leverage.
He got a warning from Carlos Padilla, the referee. Hagler's going to keep coming at him. Hagler can't be absolutely certain that he's got this fight on points. So he can't afford to just laze around out there, and it looks like he's going to continue to throw punches.
He's taking big shots at Geraldo now, though. Geraldo has to punch himself, and he has to keep punching.
They're toe-to-toe in the middle of the ring now, this final round. Right hand snapped Geraldo's head back. Kind of an uphill jab from Hagler against his taller opponent.
As we pointed out before, his jab is much more powerful than Geraldo's right hand. Hagler is tired, as we pointed out, though, Tim.
He's tired. He was not sent into the ropes with a punch. Some of the crowd here thought he was. He was off balance and weary, just kind of fell back into the ropes. He's had to work hard against Marcos Geraldo.
Well, if he gets this decision, it's a good tighten him up for him for his championship fight, Tim. The other 2 fights were too easy.
Boy, you're not kidding. This has been a great workout. He does not plan another fight before meeting the winner of Mineral Firmo, and that's assuming he gets a decision here.
Geraldo's teeing off now. He's trying, planting himself, trying to throw punches.
Hasn't got anything on it, though. And Hagler scoring inside. Geraldo has not hurt his reputation in this fight against Marvin Hagler.
Tim, he's rated number 5 in the world, and rightly so. I don't know too many middleweights that can beat Geraldo, to tell you the truth.
Less than a minute to go in the fight. Hagler keeps coming forward. Geraldo doing what it can, but it does not appear that it'll be enough. 3 judges may see this entirely differently. Will allow for that, as always. Hagler scoring inside with a combination. Less than 30 seconds to go in the fight.
Geraldo is weary. He's weary.
He's tired, but he's never really been hurt by Marvin Hagler, the bomb thrower from Brockton. Not been able to really put any punishment on Geraldo. He's put the wearying kind of punishment on, but nothing really spectacular. Final seconds of the fight.
A lot of people are yelling, Geraldo, Geraldo.
Well, he's got a lot of Mexican fans, and he put on a great show here. That's the end of the fight. And Marvin Hagler has had his hands full. The crowd comes to its
standing ovation, Tim. Standing ovation.
Great middleweight fight. We'll be back in a moment.
A lot of you know me. I'm Bib, the Michelin Man, at Michelin.
All right, we are back here at Caesar's Palace, and the announcer
Ladies and gentlemen,
the decision.
We have a unanimous decision. Judge Dwayne Ford scores 97-93. Judge Chuck Minker scores 97-95. And Judge Art Lurie scores 97-94 in favor of the winner by unanimous decision, Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Well, there it is, Marvin Hagler winning a decision unanimously here against the Mexican champion, Marcos Geraldo, who certainly gave more than a good accounting of himself against the #1 rated Marvin Hagler. And Marvin got himself more than he can bargain for here this afternoon, as he was really in against a tester, and he's joining us here at ringside. We can get the hand mic. Here we do. Here we have it. And all we got to do is get turned around here, Marvin. We've got the camera right behind you. And Marvin, I got to believe that you didn't expect as tough a fight as you got from Marcos Geraldo.
No, really, I only had about a good 9 days in the gym, you know, and because I had a death in the family with everybody up there. But the next time that I fight him, I'll be in better shape, because I should have put this man away. But I felt good. I'm glad that I fought a good 10-round fight, hard for the championship, because you need those kind of fights to get you ready for the championship. First of all, I'd like to thank God for the strength and the courage. Also to say hi to my fiancée. We'll be married in June, and my mother that couldn't make it, follows me all over the world.
All right,
and my son in New Jersey. Thank you.
Gil made that point that you got yourself a good workout with Geraldo.
Loved it. He's a good fighter. He see that I was very skilled too. Every time he would come with something, I would come right back. I showed him that I was made of a good championship. Those are the kind of fights that really proves what a championship is all about. Coming back in the last 4 rounds the way that I did. I felt real nice and strong, a little tired, but the next time that we fight, if we ever fight, I'll be in better condition.
You want Vito rather than Minter, don't you?
Doesn't make any difference. I like to bring Vito right back here to Vegas where we had that draw and finish him off right here. But Alan Minter, he's a champion, so that's the guy I got to go after. I want my belt that belongs to me. I've been training hard, running these long roads and everything. It's got to come to me. Sooner or later, it's got to come to me.
Okay, Marvin, congratulations on your victory here today, and we'll be back here at Caesar's Palace in just a moment.
Okay.
You are one of the few guys in America that knows how to beat Marvin Hagler. How do you do it?
Well, you got to back him up. You know, if you can't let him come to you and set the pace, you got to back him up. You know, once you come out and establish respect, make him respect you right away. You have to do that right away to make Marvin Hagler respect you. If you don't do that, then you got problems.
And Hearns can't do that, you don't think?
I don't think so. I don't think Hearns is going to work on Hagler, because Hagler's been around. He got more experience, and he's too smart for that.